Okay, the Lions, kind of an up and down draft. Say what you want, maybe you like it, but
Roller
then
coaster. It's like
yeah,
the pitcher Todd Jones of the Tigers.
we
Roller
just
coaster Jones.
finally pulled something off that is really good in so many different ways. The Lions draft Hendon Hooker, Craig, a guy that's really good, tore his ACL, will be out half the season, but but that comes with a good thing in that we get him in the third round. Your thoughts on Hendon Hooker?
Okay, so we're sitting at pick 55, and we trade back to the last pick of the second round, pick 63. And then we trade back again to the fifth pick of the third round, like pick 68 or 69 or something like that. And we still get Hendon Hooker.
Yes.
Like, how excited are you? Everybody was talking about, does a team take Hendon Hooker in the first round? Do the Lions take Hendon Hooker with the 34th pick? Do they take him at 48? Do they take him at 55? We get all the way back in the third round, do a bunch of wheeling and dealing, bunch of trading, and all of a sudden you find yourself at a position where it's like, we can justify a draft pick because we've already had 4 picks, right? We can justify getting a guy where he won't play right away, but he is going to secure the future of the quarterback position.
Yeah.
He's going to secure the backup future of the quarterback position with the potential to be a starter in 2 to 3 years.
Yep. Perfect.
And I couldn't love this more. He is stupid accurate. Go ahead. Yeah. Give me your thoughts.
I was say he is a quarterback in that backup role. We haven't had a backup. And at some point you have to address the quarterback room. And so yeah, and it's tough because it's like, yes, we have a starter, but that's like literally for next year. After that, I mean, it's a year by year thing, right? I mean, that's just the way the NFL works. And so in the best or in the most important position, you got to have some upside, something coming behind, some depth. You've got to have that room a little bit better than what it's been, or a lot better than what it has been. And it's like, we all get Goff's the guy, and we can't wait for this year, and Goff, you the man. But this is perfect because, like you said, just gives you some options. Maybe maybe he totally is a bust. Okay, fine. But obviously he's not going to be like a total bust. And so now you've got a good backup, a guy that you can try. I mean, you just give yourself so many options at the most important position. It's an absolute must.
It's not just that, and I'm gonna throw something up here, and we're gonna talk about it in a second. I don't want to look at it just yet.
Yeah,
it's so perfect on so many levels because you address the quarterback position, but nobody will be screaming for him to take Goff's place.
Yeah.
Like, he's a good player. Everybody likes who he is, but he's coming off a torn ACL. He's coming from a gimmicky offense in Tennessee. Everybody understands that this is a 1 or 2 year project.
Yep.
To get him ready, and that timeline works perfectly. You want to pay Goff $45 million because he's really good? Go for it. If Hendon Hooker develops at the rate you think he could with the deep ball accuracy he has, with the accuracy that he has, and you don't want to pay Goff $45 million, Hendon Hooker's your guy.
Yep, and you roll with him. Yep.
Just roll with him. And like, as we're talking about this, texts are coming in. Everybody is saying the Lions have the weirdest draft ever. Like, the Lions, like, it's like reverse order. It's almost like our last 3 picks have even more talent than our first 2.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean our first 2 picks were bad. It just means all 5 were good.
Yes.
Like, that's all it means.
We keep like rounding out our team with this draft, though. That's my big takeaway from this draft is you get a running back, the running back room. Okay, that's set. You get a tight end, good. Linebackers, okay, needed that. Just needed to round out our team because remember, we were just 2 years away from just horrific roster. And now all of a sudden we're plugging in these final pieces, and quarterback has been a thing from the beginning. And so nobody, I mean, whatever. I would say nobody, but we didn't want to spend a high draft pick just going for someone when it's like, man, you can take a third round guy. And like you said, the biggest thing, there's no pressure. He's not super, super talented or like ready to play where it's like, let's plug him in, see what we get. No. We all know this is perfect. Gives us flexibility. Love this, man.
So I got 2 more takes on this. One of them is just going to be, let's look at the stats. And I know we have some PFF haters out there, whatever, but this shows stats too. He's got a 69% completion percentage. Are you kidding me? Right? Yeah. Threw for over 3,000 yards, almost 3,000 yards the year before that, almost 10 yards per attempt. His touchdown to interception ratio over his career is 58 touchdowns to 5 picks. Last year it was 27-2. That's stupid, Chris. That efficiency is out of control. Look at this deep grade right here. What that adjusts is how accurate were you throwing the ball deep? That's the best in college football. It's unbelievable. And when you watch this guy's highlights, it's just deep ball after deep ball after deep ball. It's unbelievable.
Flick of the wrist.
Throw.
Flick of the wrist. I'm totally with you. When I watched him play, I just thought, wow, he's like really good, right? Or are we talking about him? Or like,
did you see him just completely destroy Alabama?
Yeah, and it's so fast that there's two things. It's his arm strength, but his release is just boom. It's so cool. So this is a great pick because it's the most important position, and be proactive on it. Get guys coming in. I mean, you can't win with a bat. You got to have a quarterback. So it's like this is a no-brainer, man.
I think my other take on this is you got a guy that on tape undoubtedly looks better than Will Levis. But you got him at a discounted rate. If this guy doesn't tear his ACL, you need to take him in the first round or you miss him.
Oh my gosh. This dude's a top 20 pick, top 15 pick. He's a corner. He's a great quarterback. I mean, and this has been the hack from Brad Holmes. It's a theme. We get it. You're looking for that edge. How do you rebuild a franchise that's been down? How do you get some steals? How do you get guys that you shouldn't get? It's this ACL thing. I mean, it really is. They're dropping. We have
how many ACL guys has he drafted?
Oh, well, we don't need you right now because we're trying to build this thing up. We have to try to do it the right way. So you get these ACL guys on a discount. They'll be back next year. The whole thing. So it's awesome, and I'm so glad we have a good backup quarterback that's on the rise, can give us options.
I feel lighter, don't you?
Yes.
And he gets to learn from a guy in Jared Goff that has proven him and Ben Johnson have it figured out. And so it's a good guy to learn from. It's a guy who's mild-tempered. Like it's a good guy to go into. Hendon Hooker's already very mature. He's 25 years old already, right? So what? He's still got 12 years of play in him if you want him. That's absolutely not a big deal. He's a quarterback. If there's one position that you can draft when they're old, it's a quarterback. It's not like he's Chris Winkie coming out at like 29 years old, right? Out of Florida State, right? That's so weird. And so like, okay, it's fine, but you get him. And I think all of Lions Nation just went, okay, finally we addressed it. On to the next thing.
It's right. It's over. We've got the quarterback. We got him at a right price. A right quarterback. Yes.
Yeah. And while we're making this video, Hyatt and Tillman were drafted. So it's like we just keep getting to watch highlights of Hendon Hooker while we're filming this video. And it's just amazing watching these guys. Their highlights aren't them making contested catches. No. Their highlights are, well, there's a contested catch, but their highlights are Hooker throwing them open.
And him just with a
everywhere on the
wrist, field. Man. You're right.
Everywhere on the
Hooker,
field.
Hyatt, Tillman. You're right.
Yeah. So like all of a sudden you're like, okay, that'll work.
Love it.
I'm fine with that. So, hey, this is good. Yeah. We're excited about it. You all should be too. And can't wait to see. We got a lot of picks. Whenever you're watching this is probably today, because that's when these videos will come out on Saturday. We have a lot of late round picks. Tune in, see what Brad Holmes is going to do.
Yeah. See ya.